Well, one of those nights having some computer problems, and I made some factual errors in the second take. So here we go, take number three. That's the way it goes, baby. It's showbiz. On a Saturday night, Sunday morning here in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Speaking of which, counting down WTBC's top 30 survey. Week of July 18th, 1973. And boy, I got a great soul record, a bubblegum soul record. I always loved it. It's satisfying. I don't know why. It's just a satisfying record. It's just a cool record to listen to on the radio. It was at number 21, WTBC's survey. Up from 23, Misdemeanor by Foster Sylvers from his first album. He was 11 years old when he came out with this record. Born in 1962, Foster Sylvers, the record was released, well, the album was released, his debut album, June the 10th, 1973. And the record, Misdemeanor, went to number 7 R&B. It was a moderate pop hit, and it was played on a lot of the top 40 radio stations. It was a fairly popular record, but it's a lost 45 now. He also did a version of Dee Clark's "Hey Little Girl," which was a minor R&B hit. Dee Clark doing that song way back in 1959. We are talking about the sock-hop years, I'm telling you right now. And Foster Sylvers, well, he got big enough to perform on American Bandstand. He lip-synced his hits on American Bandstand, Soul Train. And by the way, part of the Sylvers family, member of the Sylvers family, brother and sister family team. The song was co-written by Leon Sylvers, Misdemeanor. Got the first taste of the Sylvers, basically, with this record. At least as far as the pop audience is concerned. Showcase. Big album for the Sylvers, Boogie Fever. Off that album, Foster Sylvers sharing lead vocals on Boogie Fever with his brother Edmund, well, one of his brothers, Edmund. And there's something else I want to mention, a couple other things I want to mention about Foster Sylvers real quick, and the guy who produced the Sylvers album. Foster Sylvers later moved into production, arranging in the early 80s. He worked with Janet Jackson. He produced Janet Jackson's Come Give Your Love to Me back in 1983. It was not a very big hit, though. This was before Janet Jackson got really big, when she teamed up with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis and started rolling out hits like Nasty, Pleasure Principle by the late 80s, going into the early 90s. He also worked with Evelyn Champagne King as well, Foster Sylvers did. But let's move back to 1976, this album Showcase. Foster Sylvers was on this album with the rest of his family, the Sylvers. The album was produced by a guy named Freddie Perren, Perren. Perren was brought in by the record company to produce this album by the Sylvers, to produce Boogie Fever. He produced Hotline, and my favorite song by the Sylvers, High School Dance. Yes, that's another bubblegum soul hit. Back in the summer of 1977. And now I'm getting distracted. I'm listening to XM60s on 6. They're playing one of my favorite Manfred Mann songs, Sha-La-La. All right, let's carry on this video. Freddie Perren was a member of a songwriting, arranging, production collective at Motown called the Corporation. He and the rest of the Corporation, it was three, I think it was 2 or 3 other songwriters. I got to do more research on this, on the Corporation, but they launched the career of the Jackson 5. They produced ABC, The Love You Save, and I Want You Back, produced by Freddie Perren and the Collective. 1970. Foster Sylvers, number 21. Gosh, dog, is still listening to that Manfred Mann song blaring in the background. This is a Misdemeanor at number 21 on WTBC's Top 30 survey.